This is my assistant, Peter Dockendorf. He's actually helped me create the rubs, and his wife Taja is at the camera. Has developed she has a company called T-Dock Design. Helped me with all of my design elements, and everything you see about the branding of DennyMikes, I owe to Taja. So without further ado, what I'm going to do is take out I actually use paper towels. You're going to want to have something you can grip this bad boy with, all right? And what you need to do is find a corner of the meat. You could take something like a butter knife, something with a rounded edge, so that you don't poke the membrane itself and create a problem. What I do is I get a corner of it, and I use paper towels, and you're going to want to work your thumb under there. If you can see that, I've got my thumb right under there, and I'm going to be working this membrane up and off of there. This is a godsend because it gives you something dry to grip with, okay? So I've worked this corner. I'm going to work my thumb underneath. And you're going to want to try to peel that down, working it. It kind of goes better when you got the whole kit and caboodle, and then you can kind of just pull it like that. It'll just come right off for you. And how sweet is that? I'll take that any day. Now, I'll look at it. Sometimes, you know, because I cook so many of these things, we need a certain methodology to get all the product out at the same time. Sometimes you're going to have a really fat flap of meat here, and what I'll do is I'll just kind of cut that off a little bit. Make sure your ribs are kind of just even across the way. I'll look at it, trim off any excess fat. This piece right here, I'll trim right to the bone. And what I'm going to do now, take out a little mustard and just kind of pour some on there like that. I'm going to smear it. Everybody hear me all right? All right. And you can see it's just regular ballpark yellow mustard. This happens to be French's. You can use Shaw's. You can use store brand, whatever. You can use the spicy mustard, you name it. Really what you're doing is you're getting a little bit of wet surface on there. Not to say that your ribs aren't wet enough to receive the rub anyway, but I just like to do this. It gives you a little bit, you're really going to be sure that it's done the way you want to do it. And something just like this is really all you need. You don't need to really slather it on. This I do, and then put the rub to it. Anyway, now we've got DennyMike's Sublime Swine. This is my heavenly pork and rib rub. It's got a little bit of turbinado sugar in it, a little bit of chili cayenne. The taste profile works. It's something we developed over the years, and we really worked it. I would say, Peter, what do you think? Did we have 18 different looks at all of our rubs? And it happened over a course of 3 to 6 months. You know, one thing is, and you have to work it. You have to taste it. You have to say, how's this working? And is it going to work for something else? The rubs, actually, you can mix and match. I use a little bit of this. I use a little bit of Cowbell Hell and my Sublime Swine, Chick Magnet on my smoked turkey. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I think I have to blame it on Taja. I have to blame it on Taja.
Yeah, I hate to push on you too hard.
Yeah, we're going.
Okay, because we've got somebody.
We're going, and what I'm going to do is just sprinkle. I do it quite liberally. All right, I like to get all the surfaces. Flip this over. So that sounds wonderful. It's a recipe. It looks great. It's a restaurant. everywhere you want the bones, bone ends, everywhere you have exposed surfaces. I like to put the rub, and if I think I've got too much, I'll just slap it a little bit like that on the surface. Like that there, cover up that mustard. There it is. Then what we do with this is take, and you can use a Tupperware, you can actually leave it on a sheet pan like this. I put it in food-safe plastic bags in the fridge overnight and let that work right in. Then I take it out the next day. I take it out for at least an hour. You want me to get that for you, Brenda? Thank you. I take it out for at least an hour before I'm ready to cook. Now, I smoke my meats, and it helps having a little bit of advanced heat, or at least warming those ribs up, so it doesn't rob you of the heat in the smoker. Okay, so you can take the meat out, put it at room temperature, or try to bring it to room temperature, and then you're ready to cook. The ribs I cook in the oven at 250 for about 4 hours, and I spritz with a little apple juice as I'm cooking. I just like to get a little moisture on it. It actually does melt the rub as well a little bit. The sugars are going to melt, and you get a beautiful glaze on them. I've got some right here that we're going to sample up, and that would be it. Now, any of you guys out there with smokers, I smoke mine at, I start mine at a little higher heat. I like to get a little heat into the ribs so that accepts the smoke, and then I vary my heat temperatures while cooking. It's going to take me 2.5 to 4 hours to get a rack of ribs off the out of the smoker. Likewise, you're going to want to do the same thing in your oven. I want you to be probably 3 to 4 hours anyway, and what you want is always have your instant read thermometer handy. I want you to poke those ribs and make sure that they're at 185 or 190, because then you're going to be, I would say you're looking for at least 185, and it wants to jump up there. Now, these are just reheated, and a reheating temperature, because these are all cooked, is a minimum. The feds like to tell you 165. I think 165 is a little high. Holding temperature is 140 degrees. Anything under that, you may have some issues. These are already smoked. Smoking actually has a preservative characteristic, so I'm not real worried about holding these, but I still want to maintain minimum certain temperatures, and then you want to make sure that you're not overcooking them when you bring them back up. So that's the way we prepare ribs, and we're going to now
Actually, Denny, Mike, I'm sorry, we're out of time.
Oh, good. How about that?
I'm so sorry.
It went that quickly. I love it. Well, then next year you can have me for that. So listen, you guys, we've got some pork here. You're welcome to sample that. We're going to show you, actually, I wanted to show you just that we use the Carolina. If anybody loves oysters, and they use a mignonette sauce, okay? Mignonette is a vinegar and a little bit of chopped garlic, etc., etc. Pour those right on your oysters with a little bit of green, and I'm telling you, they're absolutely perfect. A little bit of arugula, baby greens, and you'll be right where you want to be.